Hi everybody, this is Matt. Thanks for watching and welcome back. A viewer asked a really great question when it comes to concealed carry. The question went something like this. It's, Matt, how do you maintain proper muzzle discipline, making sure that this isn't pointed at something that it shouldn't be pointed at when you're carrying concealed? And the individual also asked about going up and down a ladder on the outside of a house along with pocket carry. Well, you know what? Great question. Fantastic question. I've never had anybody ask me a question about going up and down on a ladder while carrying concealed. So here's my 2 cents worth on it. First and foremost, when it comes to going up and down on a ladder, I'm not going to be carrying concealed at that point. And the reason for that is when you're going up and down a ladder, what's happening? Well, your body is moving differently than it does when you're walking or sitting, right? And you also might be bending and leaning in an unconventional position. So that's one reason why. The other reason why is when you're up on a ladder, what happens to your visibility? You are elevated, which means that it's easier for people to see you. This item right here that is supposed to be concealed when you're up on a ladder, what typically happens? It sometimes can be a little bit windy. Your shirt, your cover garment can be blown around by the wind and suddenly this becomes visible to the public, i.e. your neighbors. And if your neighbors are a little bit skittish about this sort of thing, do you really want to freak them out? I would say no. But from a safety standpoint, I just simply wouldn't do this when I'm going up and down on a ladder. When it comes to pocket carry means if you're going to do it, have a holster. Because I think that a lot of us that have concealed carried over the years have pocket carried, but that's why we also have pocket holsters, because you always want to make sure that nothing can get inside of that trigger and inside of that trigger guard, such as what it is that we normally carry, keys. You don't want something like that to happen because that would have a very bad result. When it comes to proper muzzle discipline when it comes to concealed carry. Are you going to be able to make sure that this is pointed in the right direction 100% of the time? No, it is impossible. It's impossible to do that. That's why we have what? We have holsters. Because with a holster, the trigger's covered. And think about it. As long as that trigger is not going to be activated, what do you think? Common sense, right? Now, what about a shoulder rig? You have a shoulder rig, look at the orientation of the firearm. It's going to be right here, which means that the muzzle is pointed at anybody behind you. So that's why you really need to make sure that you have a proper holster. Again, I'll say you cannot make sure that this thing is not ever pointed at anybody because it is physically impossible to do so when you're carrying concealed. That's why we use holsters. So thanks for asking a question. I'm glad that you did. The latter question was definitely unique. So until next time, everybody, thank you for watching and have a good one and be safe out there.